We have been lied to as New York Knicks fans about the way that Mikal Bridges and Jericho Sims have been impacting the New York Knicks this season, while Josh Hart has praised both of the two's play. And also, we have seen Tom Thibodeau come out and be very happy with the way they're playing. And the stats back it up that Mikal Bridges and Jericho Sims have actually been very, very helpful for the New York Knicks this season. Something that you would not believe if you went on to social media. So we're going to break this all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we have a lot to talk about in this video. So make sure to subscribe real quick. 25% of viewers are subscribed. It's the giving season. Let's get that up. But let's jump into this. We have no time to waste. Mikal Bridges, there's been a lot of discourse about the way that he started his New York Knicks career. Now, it all started with his jump shot changing and people being afraid of a hitch in his shot. And then against the Celtics, he didn't play well. And it took Mikal a bit of time to really get going with the New York Knicks as he started a little bit slow. But what we've seen is Mikal Bridges really start to figure it out on both ends of the court. And a lot of fans have been upset with the way Mikal Bridges has been playing defense this season. But Mikal Bridges has been a phenomenal defender over the last 15 games. Leading as the primary defender, having his opponents shoot 80 of 205 from the field. That's a 39% clip. So Bridges is showing why he almost won Defensive Player of the Year once upon a time and has put people absolutely in jail. While we also have seen that Mikal is finding it on the offensive end in recent games, such as the game against the New Orleans Pelicans the other day. And now we're seeing the New York Knicks and one of their newest stars really starting to figure it out on this end. The sirens are out because Mikal Bridges is back. You're going to jail if Mikal Bridges guards you, but he's really producing on both ends now. And this comes after Bridges saying himself that he has to play better. Bridges was critical of his own play, saying, I gotta play better. I've been inconsistent. I've had some games where I've played good, some I haven't. Just got to find a rhythm within the team. That's pretty much it. It's not even 20 games in. Still just trying to figure it all out. And we've seen that with the stats that Mikal Bridges has put up. As this season, Mikal Bridges is putting up 16 points per game, which is about what you'd expect out of Mikal Bridges thus far this year, while also getting 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Again, the basic stats look normal. I'd rather him be getting more than 1 steal a game, but I believe that'll go up. The 3-point percentage is pretty low. But in the corner alone, he's shooting 47% from 3. So it's clear that not all of his shooting is just off. It's just he has to find a rhythm when he's not in the corner. The corner threes by Mikal are nearly at 50%. The man is being productive. It's just about finding his rhythm with the new team. We've also seen him be great in the mid-range. We've seen Mikal Bridges look very good with the New York Knicks a lot of times. It's just there's been a good amount of fear that Bridges has not lived up to the 5 or 6 first-round picks that the New York Knicks gave away to the Brooklyn Nets for Bridges' talent, especially when Nets fans who used to say that Bridges was better than any player on the Knicks now are saying Bridges is terrible. But we all know Nets fans don't have an actual identity, and all their whole thing is they're just going to hate on the Knicks because, well, everyone knows that New York only has one NBA team after all. But here's the deal. Mikal Bridges has started to figure it out on both ends of the court. And no one more than teammate at both Villanova and now on the Knicks, Josh Hart, has been hyping that up. He has had Mikal's back through all of this. And here's what he said about it. I'm not worried about Mikal. I think the media and people are killing him right now. He's in a new situation. He's in a situation where he's played 19 games in a different role that he's played the last 4 years. So it's our job to get him going. And all the other BS about what we gave up, the 5 first-round picks to the Nets, means nothing. If we win, if we get a championship, nobody's going to give a damn about how many picks we gave up. We could have given up 15 picks. It don't matter. At the end of the day, we're trying to win a championship, and he's going to be a key piece of that. Now, Josh Hart is absolutely right. Trading for Mikal Bridges, it was not about this is Mikal's value. This is the value of Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks, a team that's trying to win the NBA Finals. And Mikal Bridges is a pretty perfect player to have if you're a contender. He's an elite defender. As we've seen, he still absolutely is, and anyone saying he's not should probably watch a Knicks game. But on top of that, he's also just been solid on offense. I mean, look, when everyone's healthy, or not everyone, but when more people are healthy, we're going to see Mikal run with the bench unit a lot more, where he gets to do that first option stuff he was doing in Brooklyn, and then while being in that starting lineup, be more of a third, fourth, like later option to use just when you need him, and him sitting in the corners, hitting 40% 47% of his threes. It's clearly going to work out well for Mikal Bridges, and shout out to Josh Hart for just being an absolutely awesome teammate. And we've seen Bridges has gotten it going. Like, he's gotten better. He looks more comfortable. He's finding his way to the corner where the man forgot how to miss. And we're just seeing it. And I understand this game specifically that we're looking at is against the New Orleans Pelicans. That is not lost on me, especially considering how bad the Pelicans are, and how depleted they were. But Mikal's, it seems like he's starting to find his groove with the Knicks. It's tough when you leave the Brooklyn Nets, a team where you don't really have too many eyes on you, and at the same time, you're this first option on a team that's going nowhere fast. And before that, you're in a very specific 3-and-D role with the Phoenix Suns. And now Mikal's in a hybrid of those two roles. He just has to figure out his footing in this role that's more than 3-and-D, but sort of less than what he did on the Nets, so we could see the version of Mikal Bridges that's a hybrid between those two roles, which I think is the best version that you'll find of Mikal Bridges. I mean, he's shooting with confidence, which is huge, and it's just something that we really, really are happy about seeing, because it feels like Mikal Bridges is becoming that player who's just a perfect guy to have on an NBA Finals contender, especially with a team that has both Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. And along with that, they also have Jericho Sims, who has been balling out. I have been very, very, very critical of the way Jericho Sims has played this season, but the man has picked it up. There's no doubt about it. There's no way around that. And it's just clear that we're seeing a different version of Jericho Sims this season. Now, Jericho didn't start the year well. He was trying to find his footing, but over the last 5 games, and again, this does not count the Orlando Magic game. I'm filming this before they play the Orlando Magic, and I will release it on December 4th, so hopefully both Bridges and Jericho played well. And also just because, I want them to play well, not just about me being right, but also because I'm a Knicks fan, and I love these guys. They're awesome, and Jericho Sims seems like he's got a great vibe. But 5 for 30 at the rim when Jericho Sims is or 5 for 30 in the last 5 games when Jericho's the primary defender. He's a way better on-ball defender than anyone given him credit for. He's a sneakily really good defender. He's an awesome rim protector. His basketball index ranks him as number 4 right now in rim protection. The only guys above him are Isaiah Stewart, Chet Holmgren, and Victor Wembanyama. Well, Wemby's on a cakewalk to Defensive Player of the Year this season. Chet Holmgren's obviously out for a while, so it's a smaller clip, but also we all know that Chet Holmgren's a phenomenal shot blocker as well. Meanwhile, Isaiah Stewart has been a solid defensive player for multiple years now, so it's good to see all that. And on top of that, Jericho Sims, the stats might not look like it, but he is having a big impact on the New York Knicks this season so far, and you love to see it from Jericho. The Knicks needed a backup center, and he showed up. I mean, well, about Mikal Bridges, because I forgot to add this very quickly, him and Josh Hart are playing well together, and Josh Hart is just showing that he's being an ultimate teammate, both with Jericho Sims and Mikal Bridges. We're seeing that right here with the 251 possessions where they're on the floor. New York is outscoring opponents by 6.9 points per 100 possessions, so just real quick, back to Mikal Bridges. But now, off to Jericho Sims as we go. Stephen Bondy mentioned that opponents are shooting 33% on Sims within 6 feet of the rim, according to NBA.com. That easily makes Sims the NBA's top paint defender among players who have logged at least 11 games heading into Monday. By contrast, opponents are shooting 73% within 6 feet of the rim when Karl Anthony Towns is guarding them, according to NBA.com. That's among the worst in the league and quite a difference from Jericho Sims, who doesn't get many rejections, only 1.2 blocks per 36 minutes, but is forcing shooters to fumble 2/3 of their opportunities. Jericho Sims is just being excellent at getting in people's way and forcing them to miss. He's strong. He's tough to... You can't body up Jericho Sims. He's not going to let you. He's too big for that. He's such a force to be reckoned with because he's very strong, he's very mobile, and he's freakishly athletic, so it's throwing players off trying to play with him. And Josh Hart also spoke out on Jericho, saying he thinks it goes underappreciated with the casual basketball fan that just looks at the stats and doesn't see the game and the presence that Sims has. In the beginning of the year, as Hart acknowledges, because Sims was not playing well in the beginning of the year, he was trying to figure out what to do, how to play, his spots to be in. But last 10 to 12 games, he's been huge for the Knicks. He's been someone who came in and rebounds at a high level, guards the pick and roll pretty well, protects the rim at a high level. He's someone who's been huge for the Knicks, as Josh Hart said again. Casual basketball fans don't really see the value, but we know, as in the Knicks, they know exactly what he brings, which is very good stuff to see from Jericho Sims. I mean, Sims has been very good for the New York Knicks this year. I mean, he didn't start great, but he did figure it out, and ever since Jericho Sims has figured it out, he's been a viable backup center for the team, and it excites us to see when Mitchell Robinson comes back, this team's defense is going to get very good. Same with Precious Achiuwa, who's shown he plays well next to Jericho Sims. And once Precious is back, which I did a video on today, or well, yesterday when you're watching this, and you'll be able to find that. It's got Precious and Landry Shamet in the thumbnail. But Precious is pretty close to coming back. We're going to see Precious and Jericho play together, and that's going to be a monstrous defense off the bench, especially if you're seeing Mikal Bridges in there with that bench unit running the offense, being the main guy. So I'm excited to see where this Knicks team goes. Them getting healthy is going to be huge, and also having their guys continue to figure out their roles is going to help so much, and I cannot wait for this season to really get into the thick of it. When there's healthy players and the Knicks have their groove going, I do think they're going to become truly one of the more unstoppable teams in the Eastern Conference. I expect them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics, which I think is going to be a lot closer than most people are giving the Knicks credit for. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.